Hello everyone. I am Javagar. Sorry for late. I am Javagar. I am going to take chemistry class for you. Let us discuss objective type questions. Can we go to the first question? First one. Which of the following is called pale as? Option A Na2CO3. Option B NaHCO3. Option C K2CO3. Option D CaCO3. Anybody know what the correct answer? Yes. C K2CO3 is the correct answer. K2CO3 or potassium carbonate is known as pearlas. K2CO3 chemical name potassium carbonate. Pearlas in ancient times was created by baking potash in a kiln in order to remove impurities. The remaining white powder was pearl ash. Potassium carbonate is an inorganic compound and a white salt which is soluble in water. It's mainly used in production of soaps and glass. Others, I have not kept other options in the display. If you want, can note it down. I will explain. Na2CO3, chemical name sodium carbonate, common name washing soda. NaHCO3, chemical name sodium bicarbonate, baking soda. CaCO3, chemical name calcium carbonate, common name limestone. Then second, which one among the following is commonly used as anti-skinning agents in paints? A. Gelatin. B. N-methylpyrrolidine. C. Pyridine. D. Polyhydroxyphenol. Correct answer is D. Polyhydroxyphenol. Anti-skinning agents and additives used in paints and coatings to prevent the formation of a skin or film on the surface of the paint during storage. Commonly used anti-skinning agents include compounds that can act as antioxidants and oxygen scavengers. Other compounds, gelatin. Gelatin is a protein derived from collagen. It's not anti-skinning agent. N-methylpyrrolidine also is not an anti-skinning agent. A solvent used in various applications. Pyridine is a basic hydrochloric organic compound. This is also not an anti-skinning agent. So correct answer is polyhydroxyphenol. Anti-skinning agents in paints. Okay. Then next question. Which of the following process is known as fusion? A. Change of liquid to solid. B. Change of solid to liquid. C. Change of liquid to vapor. D. Change of gaseous state to solid state. Which one? See, a matter can exist in three basic forms of state. Okay. Correct answer is change of solid to liquid. Three basic forms of state, namely solid, liquid, and gas. The state of matters are inconvertible with gain or loss of energy. Now I tell some conversion and name and temperature of conversion. Solid to liquid, fusion of melting point. Temperature of conversion, melting point. Liquid to solid, name solidification. Temperature of conversion, freezing point. Liquid to gas, evaporations, boiling point. Gas to liquid, condensation point. Solid to gas, sublimation point. And solid to gas is deposition, sublimation point. Okay. So correct answer is change of solid to liquid. And next question. Who coined the word atom? A. Democritus. B. Thomson. C. E. Rutherford. Einstein. Rutherford. D. John Dalton. Which one? Yes. Democritus is correct answer. The word atom is coined by Democritus. He suggests that if we go to divided matter at a certain point, the atom becomes indivisible or cannot be divided further. He called this particle as atoms. Others, Thomson discovered electron and Rutherford discovered alpha and beta particles. John Dalton, father of atomic theory. Okay. Then next question, fifth question is the element in the first group of S block are also known as yeah, then first is correct. A. Alkali metals. B. Alkaline earth metals. C. Halogens. D. Noble gases. Correct answer. Alkali metals. The element in the first group of S block are also known as alkali metals. These have only one electron in the outermost shell and hence are quite reactive, or they usually lost their electron to form bonds with non-metals. Alkaline earth metal is second group of S block elements. Okay, known as alkaline earth metals. They have two electrons in the outermost shell. Halogens are the group of 17 elements and are placed in the P block. Noble gases also P block, group 18 elements. These are the least reactivity among all elements found in the periodic table as they have stable configurations. This is noble gases. So here correct answer is alkali metals. Okay. This one first group. S block. Then next question. The most commonly used bleaching agent is very easy question. This one. A. Alcohol. B. Carbon dioxide. C. Chlorine. D. Sodium chloride. Bleaching agent is chlorine. Yeah. Answer C. Chlorine is the correct answer. Chlorine is widely used a bleaching agent because it's very effective at breaking down the chemical compounds that cause color. Think of cleaning product of swimming pools. Chlorine, if often used in those. See, bleaching agents are substances used to whiten or remove color. Others, let us explain the others three options. Alcohol. Alcohol is a good solvent and disinfectant, but it does not effectively remove color. Carbon dioxide is gas we breathe out and is used to fire extinguishers and to make fizzy drinks. It does not have bleaching properties. Then another one, sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is common table salt. It's important for our bodies, but not bleaching agent. Okay. So bleaching agent is chlorine is the correct answer. One. Which of the following is not the correct match? C. A. The acid present in tomato formic acid. B. The acid present in orange citric acid. C. The acid present in grapes tartaric acid. D. The acid present in rancid butter butyric acid. Answer is first one. The acid present in tomato formic acid because tomato is oxalic acid contain oxalic acid. Tomato contains more than 10 types of acid such as citric, malic, ascorbic acid, oxalic acid, etc. The oxalic acid content of tomatoes is about 50 milligram per 100 gram serving. Okay. Now I tell some natural sources of acids. Natural source and acid. Vinegar, acetic acid. Orange, citric acid. Grapes, tartaric acid, correct. Milk, lactic acid. Lemon, citric acid. Ant sting, formic acid. Rancid butter, butyric acid. Methyl sting methanoic acid. So here the acid present in tomato, formic acid is not correct. Which of the following metal is more reactive towards dilute hydrochloric acid? A. Magnesium. B. Aluminium. C. Zn. Zinc. D. Fe. Iron. Magnesium is the correct answer. Magnesium is more reactive towards dilute hydrochloric acid compared to ammonium, zinc, and iron. When magnesium reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid, it produces hydrogen gas and forms magnesium chloride. This reaction is faster and more vigorous than the reactions of aluminum, zinc, and iron with dilute hydrochloric acid. So see, magnesium is higher in the reactivity series compared to aluminum, zinc, and iron, making it more reactive. Others, aluminum reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid to form aluminum chloride to hydrogen gas, but it is less vigorous due to formation and protective oxide layer. Okay. Zinc reacts more rapidly than iron, but less than magnesium, forming zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. Iron reacts with the dilute hydrochloric acid to form iron second chloride and hydrogen gas, but reaction is slower compared to magnesium and zinc. So here correct answer is magnesium. Which of the following elements is most reactive? A. Pb. Pb is lead. B. Mg magnesium. C. Aluminium. D. Calcium. Which of the following elements is most reactive? Which one? See, answer is calcium. Calcium is an alkaline earth metal which are known for their high reactivity, especially with water and oxygen. Calcium, calcium reacts more vigorously with water compared to other elements listed, forming calcium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Another, lead is post-transition metal with low reactivity. Magnesium is also reactive, but not as much as calcium. Aluminum forms a protective oxide layer that reduces its reactivity. See here, calcium is correct answer. Most reactive element among the options here. The calcium is alkaline earth metal, which are known for their high reactivity, especially with water and oxygen. Correct answer is calcium. The next, which of the following metals is least reactive as per the reactivity series of metals? A. Lead. B. Zinc. C. Magnesium. D. Iron. Which one? Anybody know? Or the correct answer? Correct answer is lead. Lead is placed lower in reactivity series, indicating is less reactive compared to zinc, magnesium, and iron. Others, zinc is more reactive than lead and is often used to galvanizing iron to product it form rust. Magnesium is very reactive, capable of displacing hydrogen form of water, a property not shared with lead. And iron is more reactive than lead, but less so than magnesium and zinc, commonly used in construction due to its strength. Correct answer is lead. Lower, lower in the reactivity series. Yes. 11th question. According to reactivity series, iron is more reactive than gas. A. Potassium. B. Sodium. C. Copper. D. Calcium. What the correct answer? See here. Copper is the correct answer. The reactivity series is list of elements ordered by the reactivity ion is more reactive than copper in the reactivity series. Others, potassium high reactivity metal. Okay. More reactive than iron, often stored in oil reaction with air. Sodium more reactivity than iron, reacts vigorously with water, commonly used in streetlights and as a heat exchanger. Calcium more reactive than iron, important for biological function in organisms, used in productions of metals in cement. Here, correct answer is copper. Was what is the chemical formula of baking soda? Baking soda. A. NaOH, B. NaHCO3, C. Na2CO3, D. Na2SO4. NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate, commonly known as baking soda, is a chemical compound used in various applications including cooking, cleaning, and medical treatments. It is a white crystalline solid that often appears as a fine powder and is mildly alkaline. Correct answer is NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. Others, NaOH, sodium hydroxide. This is strong base commonly known as caustic soda. It is used in the manufacturing of soap, paper, and various chemicals. It is highly corrosive and is not the same as baking soda. And Na2CO3, sodium carbonate, also known as washing soda, that is water soluble salt used in cleaning agents, detergents, and the softening of water. It has no living properties like baking soda. Na2SO4, sodium sulfate. This is a salt used in industries, especially in production of detergent, glass, and paper. It is not related to baking or leavening process. So correct answer is NaHCO3, sodium bicarbonate. Which of the following acid is found in nettle plant? A. Methanoic acid, B. Citric acid, C. Ethanoic acid, D. Oxalic acid. Correct answer is methanoic acid. Nettle is an herbaceous plant that grows in a wild. Nettle leaves have sting hair which causes painful stings when touched accidentally. This is due to the methanoic acid secreted by them. Now I tell some additional information. Natural source and acid. Today I told vinegar, acetic acid, orange citric acid, tamarind tartaric acid, tomato oxalic acid, curd lactic acid, lemon citric acid. See here, nettle plant methanoic acid. Correct answer is nettle plant methanoic acid. Which of the following is strongest base? A. Aluminum hydroxide, B. Ammonium hydroxide, C. Barium hydroxide, D. Sodium hydroxide. First, aluminum and ammonium is low base, weak base. So, I think barium. Sorry, sodium hydroxide. So, like yes, NaO. Sodium hydroxide, NaOH is strong base because it's completely dissociated in water to form sodium ions, Na plus and hydroxide ions, OH minus. So, sodium hydroxide is correct answer. strongest base. Others, barium hydroxide is also strong base, but it is not as strong as sodium hydroxide. It dissociates partially in water, forming barium ions Ba2 plus and hydroxide ions OH minus. Others, ammonium hydroxide NH4OH is a weak base because it does not completely dissociate in water. It forms small amount of ammonium ions NH4 plus and hydroxide ion OH minus ions. Aluminum hydroxide is also weak base and often used in antacids as a reaction with stomach acid to neutralize it. It forms small amount of aluminum ions Al3 plus and hydroxide ions OH minus ions. Very strong is sodium hydroxide. NaOH is correct answer. Strongest base. Then next, the formula of quicklime is dash A CaOH2, B CaF2, C CaO, D Ca2CO3. What the correct answer? Say anyone. Anybody know? A CaOH2, B CaF2, C CaO, D Ca2CO3. CaOH is calcium hydroxide, CaF2 calcium fluoride, CaO calcium oxide, Ca2CO3 is calcium carbonate. Which one? CaO calcium oxide is the correct answer. It is commonly known as quicklime and burnt lime. It is commonly used in making porcelain and glass and also is preparing bleaching powder, etc. And another calcium carbonate, CaCO, calcium carbonate, is also known as chalk. Calcium carbonate is used as antacid to relieve carbon acid indigestion. Calcium hydroxide, it is also known as salt lime. It is used to sewage treatment, paper productions, and food processing, etc. Okay. Of the following is the general formula saturated hydrocarbon. Yeah. First A CnH2n plus 2, B CnH2n minus 2, C CnH2n, D none of the above. Correct answer is CnH2n plus 2. See here. Hydrocarbons compounds made of carbon and hydrogen atoms only are called hydrocarbon. Saturated carbons, the hydrocarbons in which carbon atoms are single bonded are called saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons are also called alkanes or paraffin. And other CnH2n minus 2 is alkynes. Hydro containing at least one carbon triple bond between two carbon atoms are called alkynes. And CnH2n, that is alkene. General formula is CnH2n alkene. The hydrocarbons in which carbon atoms are either doubly or triply bonded are called unsaturated hydrocarbons. Doubly bonded hydrocarbons are called alkenes. The general formula CnH2n. H2n minus 2. That is alkynes. H2n is alkanes. Correct answer is here. H2n plus 2. Next, 17th question. Which sodium compound is the most popular additive to various items such as sauces, salad dressings, and beverages for its preservative action? A. Sodium bicarbonate, B. Sodium fluoride, C. Sodium hypochlorite, D. Sodium benzoate. Which one? Sodium benzoate, the correct answer. Sodium benzoate is a sodium compound most commonly used as preservative in items such as sauces, salad dressings, and beverages. Its excellent antimicrobial characteristics help extend to shelf life of food and beverages. Others, sodium bicarbonate, commonly known as baking soda, is primarily used in packing as leavening agent. Sodium fluoride, it's widely used to toothpaste and drinking water to prevent tooth decay. Sodium hypochlorite, it is active ingredient in bleach and is commonly used for disinfection and water treatment. Here, sodium benzoate is correct answer. Who among the following discovered the neutrons? A. J. Chadwick, B. E. Goldstein, C. J. J. Thomson, D. Ernest Rutherford. Which one? See here, J. Chadwick discovered the presence of neutrons in the nucleus of an atom. An atom is the smallest unit of any chemical element. Atom is made up of electrons, protons, and neutrons. See, others, Ernest Rutherford is proton. J. J. Thomson is electron, discover element electron. Goldstein, positively charged particles in the nucleus. Okay. Neutrons discovered. J. Chadwick is the correct answer.
Javagar, I think one of the student asking you to go slowly. He is asking, please teach slowly.
Yes, sir. Who was the first to propose atomic theory? A. J. J. Thomson, B. Rutherford, C. J. John Dalton, D. Niels Bohr. John Dalton is the correct answer. First to propose atomic theory. Here, John Dalton is the correct answer. Others, J. J. Thomson discovered electron as subparticles of an atom. Next, Rutherford, an atom is composed of an empty space, mostly with electrons orbiting to set predictable path around a fixed positively charged nucleus, proton plus neutron. Okay, that is Rutherford. Niels Bohr, atomic structure and the concept of energy orbitals, quantum theory, hydrogen atom, quantum theory. Here, proposed atomic theory is John Dalton is the correct answer. Next, zeroth law of thermodynamics is related to A. Internal energy, B. Temperature, C. Heat, D. Work. What the correct answer? Please tell anyone. Yes, temperature. It implies the temperature is a property that determines whether a system is the thermal equilibrium or not. The zeroth law provides the foundations for the measurement of temperature. It allows us to use as thermometer as the third system to measure the temperature of other system. See, the zeroth law provides the foundation for the measurement of temperature. It allows used a thermometer as the third system of measure temperature of other system. So temperature is the correct answer. In tincture of iodine is dissolved in dash. A acid, B alcohol, C salt, D iron. Which one? Tincture of iodine is alcohol is correct answer. Tincture of iodine is solution of iodine I2 in alcohol. Typically ethyl alcohol along with potassium iodide. The alcohol serves as a solvent that allows iodine to dissolve and remain in liquid form. It is widely used as antiseptic to prevent infection in the minor cuts, wounds, and abrasions. Tincture of iodine is generally composed of 2 to 7 percentage elemental iodine and 70 to 19 percentage ethyl alcohol. Others acids are substances that release hydrogen ions H plus in aqueous solutions and have a sour taste. Salt or ionic compounds form a neutralization reaction of acid and a base such as sodium chloride NaCl. Salt do not act as solvents for iodine as they generally solid non-room temperature and lack the necessary chemical property to dissolve iodine. Third, iron is a metal that does not dissolve iodine or act as a solvent. It is primarily used in structural applications, machinery, and as a component in hemoglobin in a human body. So here, correct answer is alcohol. The next pH of milk of magnesia is A12, B8, C10, D14. What's the correct answer? Correct answer is 10. Milk of magnesia is the magnesium compound which acts as an antacid. Milk of magnesia is basic in nature. The pH value of the milk of magnesia is 10. I will tell some importance. pH scale of discovered by Sorensen. The pH value of acids are less than 7, 0 to 7. Okay. Acid substances usually produce a sour taste. The pH value of bases are greater than 7, 7 to 14. Acid is 0 to 7, sour taste. Base is greater than 7, 7 to 14. Base substance usually produces to bitter taste. The pH value of neutral substance is equal to 7. This is water, pure water is 7. pH value of the blood is close to 7.4. Here correct answer is 10. Milk of magnesia is 10. pH value. The next question. Identify the acid that convert zinc into zinc sulfate. A. Hydrochloric acid. B. Nitric acid. C. Sulfuric acid. D. Acetic acid. Correct answer is zinc sulfate. Sulfuric acid. Correct answer is sulfuric acid because zinc plus dilute H2SO4 gives zinc sulfate plus H2. H2 gas is liberated. In the reaction, is zinc metal reacts with dilute H2SO4 to form zinc sulfate, ZnSO4, and H gas is liberated. Zinc is more reactive than hydrogen and hence displaces hydrogen for dilute sulfuric acid. See there that equation. Zinc plus dilute H2SO4 gives zinc sulfate plus H2. When natural gas methane burns in the oxygen of air, what are the products formed? A. Methane and water vapor. B. Carbon dioxide and water vapor. C. Carbon dioxide and oxygen. D. Carbon monoxide and water. B. Carbon dioxide and water vapor is the correct answer. When methane, the main component of natural gas, burns in presence of oxygen O2, it undergoes complete combustion to produce carbon dioxide and water vapor. See that CH4 methane plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus 2H2O. This process is exothermic, meaning it releases energy in the form of heat and light, making methane an efficient fuel source. Water vapor, another product, is harmless and plays a role in the natural water cycle. Carbon dioxide produces greenhouse gas. It is released during combustion, contributes to global warming. CH4 plus 2O2 gives CO2 plus H2O. What is sublimation? A. Direct change of substance from a gas to a liquid state. B. Direct change of substance from a gas to a solid state. C. Direct change of substance from a liquid to gas state. D. Direct change of substance from a solid to gas state. I think the third question is the same answer. I will explain that. Next is D. Direct change of substance from a solid to gas state. Sublimation is the process in which a solid transforms directly into vapors without changing in liquid. The phenomenon can be seen in chamber of naphthalene bulbs. In the process, snow or ice transforms directly into water vapor without becoming water. Deposition, some additional information item. Deposition is a process of conversion of a gas to a solid. Evaporation, it is process of conversion of liquid into gas. Fusion, melting point, is the process of conversions of a solid into liquid. Condensation is the process of conversion of a gases into a liquid. Already, I think this question and third question. And next, helium gas is used in gas balloons instead of hydrogen gas because it is A. Lighter than hydrogen, B. More abundant than hydrogen, C. Non-compressible, D. More stable. Which one? Yeah, non-compressible. Hydrogen and helium are the most commonly used lift gases. Helium is second lightest gas for the reason it is an attractive gas for lifting as well. Today, helium is used instead of hydrogen since it is inert, so non-flammable, which makes timings of not safer. Hydrogen gas ignite very easily when mixed with the oxygen of surrounding air. Some point I tell. Hydrogen gas consists of hydrogen molecules. The molecule consists of two atoms. Hydrogen is two atoms. The atom has only one electron. The nucleus of hydrogen atom consists of only one proton. Helium is the second lightest atom. One nucleus of a helium atom consists of two protons and two neutrons. Helium atoms do not combine into molecules. That is why it is called an inert gas, which consists of free atoms. Here, non-compressible is right. Correct answer. Non-compressible. Which law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred or converted? A. Zeroth law. B. Second law. C. First law. D. Third law. Which one? First law. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred from one form to another or transferred between systems. This law, also known as law of energy conversion. The mathematical expressions of the first law is delta U equal to Q minus W, where delta U is the change in internal energy, Q is heat added to the system, and W is the work done by the system. It establishes the principle of the total energy an isolated system remains constant over time. Another option is the zeroth law of thermodynamics defines thermal equilibrium and forms the basis of the measurement of temperature. Second law thermodynamics states that the total energy of an isolated system can never decreases over time and explain the concept of irreversibility of natural process. Third law of thermodynamics states that as the temperature of the system approaches absolute zero, the entropy of the system approaches a constant minimum. Here, which law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transferred or converted? This is first law is correct answer. Which of the following is not an example of alkali metal? A. Magnesium, B. Sodium, C. Potassium, D. Lithium. This one very easy. Magnesium. Yeah, magnesium is the correct answer. Group 1 elements in the periodic table are known as alkali metals. When reacting with water, form alkalis, that is strong base which can neutralize the acid. See here, lithium, sodium, francium, potassium, and rubidium, cesium. Not here magnesium. So alkali metal, not alkali metal is magnesium is the correct answer. Yes, magnesium is not alkali metal. These all are some important items. Alkaline earth metals, when they react with water, they form alkaline solutions. The elements, alkaline earth metals elements, calcium, strontium, beryllium, magnesium, barium, and radium. So magnesium is alkaline earth metal. Okay, not alkali metal. That is magnesium is alkaline earth metal. And then some noble gases that don't react with anything, also called inert gases. That elements, noble gases elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, and radon. Halogen non-metals and react with metal to form salt, halogen, salt producing in Greek. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine, and acetylene. These are halogen non-metals. Here, correct answer is magnesium. Magnesium is not alkali metal because magnesium is alkaline earth metals. Okay. Then next, the molecular formula of propane is CH4 methane. Okay. Then C4H10, C3H8, DC2H6. Molecular formula. Propane is C3H8. Yeah. C3H8 is the correct answer. The molecular formula of propane is C3H8. Propane is the third member of alkaline family with 3 carbon atoms. If we the number of carbon and hydrogen atoms present in the propane in the above mentioned formula, we will find that it holds true. CH4 methane is the first member of the alkaline family. CH4H10 is butane, the fourth in the line of alkanes. C2H6 is ethane, the second member of alkaline family. The lower alkanes from Cl2, C4 and gases from C5 to C16 liquids are beyond that are solids. So correct answer is C3H8. Propane molecular formula is C3H8. CH4 methane, C2H6 ethane, C4H10 is butane. Butane. Next one, a hydrocarbon in which two carbon atoms are joined by the double bond is called as an A alkane, B alkene, C alkyne, D ionic bond. Alkene is the correct answer. B alkene is the correct answer. A hydrocarbon in which two carbon atoms are joined by double bond is called alkene. A hydrocarbon is an organic compound consisting entirely of hydrogen and carbon. They are used in synthesis of alcohols, plastic, liquors, detergents, and fuels as starting materials. Others, alkanes, these are organic compounds that consist entirely single bond carbon and hydrogen. General formula CnH2n plus 2. Alkyne, there are organic molecules made up of functional group carbon triple bond. Chemical formula CnH2n minus 2. So alkene is the correct answer. Alkene chemical formula CnH2n. Okay. Note this one. Alkene CnH2n. Alkane CnH2n plus 2. Alkyne CnH2n minus 2. Alkene is the correct answer. The next one. Which among the following is an example of saturated carbon compound? A. Ethane, B. Ethene, C. Ethine, D. All of these are correct. No. A. Ethane is the correct answer. Ethane is an example of saturated carbon compound. Saturated hydrocarbons are carbon compound that contains only single bonds between carbon atoms. Ethane is a colorless, odorless gas. Others, ethene C2H4, acetylene systematic name is ethine C2H2, ethanol simple alcohol C2H5OH. Okay. Ethane is colorless and odorless gas. Ethane is isolated on industrial scale for natural gas as a petrochemical byproduct of petroleum refining. Ethane can be found underground in liquid form in rock formations. So ethane is the correct answer. What is the molecular formula of butane? A C2H2, B C4H10, C C3H4, D C4H6. Very easy. What's the molecular formula of butane? Anyone say the answer? Last one, C4H6 is butane. It is highly inflammable. The correct answer is C4H6. It is highly inflammable gas. Its chemical formula is C4H6, which has 4 carbon and 1 alkane. The 2 isomers and butane are 1 butane and 2 butane. Butane is member of alkane series, which has general formula CnH2n minus 2. There are unsaturated hydrocarbons, triple bond between 2 carbon atoms in them out of 3 bonds. 2 are by, 1 is sigma. C2H2 is, C others, C2H2 is acetylene, C4H10 butane, C3H4 propane. Here C4H6 butane. Okay. Chemical name of washing soda is A. Sodium chloride, B. Sodium hydrogen carbonate, C. Sodium carbonate, D. Sodium hydroxide. What's the correct answer? Sodium carbonate. Washing soda is chemical compound with the formula of Na2CO3 known as sodium carbonate and is salt of carbonic acid. properties washing soda is the transparent crystalline solid. It is one of the few metal carbonates which are soluble in water. It attacks dirt and gases for water soluble products which are the washed away rinsing and water. Sodium carbonate is the correct answer. Chemical formula Na2CO3. See, noted. Now I tell some common chemical compounds and common names. Chemical formula also. Sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, NaHCO3. So again I tell sodium bicarbonate, baking soda, NaHCO3, calcium chlorohypochlorite, bleaching powder. Calcium chlorohypochlorite, bleaching powder, CaOCl2. And next sodium hydroxide, caustic soda, NaOH. Sodium carbonate, washing soda, this question, Na2CO3. Carbon dioxide, dry ice, CO2. Copper sulfate, blue vitriol, CuSO4. Sulfuric acid, oil of vitriol, H2SO4. Calcium hydroxide, black lime, CaOH2. Calcium sulfate dihydrate, gypsum, CaSO4. Muriatic acid, hydrochloric acid, HCl. Potassium nitrate, KNO3. That's what sulfate. So chemical name of washing soda is sodium carbonate. Formula is Na2CO3. Okay. Thank you. The class is over. Thank you.